Sawadee khap.
Sheesh.
Come on. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite YouTuber, which just happens to also be the sexiest man alive. That's not him, that's me. Shit, you get me? But anyways, guys, back with another one. Like I said to you in the previous video, I wanted to link up with my boy. So it's been long overdue. I've only known bro for about 48 hours, but it's my brethren now. You get me? So who are you, bro? Introduce yourself.
My name's Kieran Davis. I'm 25 years old and
Yeah.
I'm a full-time trader. I mean, I started trading back in like 2017.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
I lost so much fucking money for years. And then in 2019, I finally got a bit of traction.
Yeah.
And then 2020, COVID hit.
Yeah.
I was sitting in London. I was like, I can't leave my house, bro.
Dead.
Fuck this.
Yeah.
Got on a one-way flight to Bali, Indonesia. And then been in Southeast Asia now for almost 5 years now, almost.
Bro's a digital nomad vet, you know what I mean? I'm a beginner in them thing there. Bro got the black belt, you know what I mean?
Come on.
I rate it still. So guys, as you kind of heard me preview in the video yesterday, I really wanted to get Kieran on for a few reasons. One, because I believe in energy and I understand energy before I understand words. And when I linked up with bro literally 2 days ago or yesterday, whenever it was, at the podcast episode with Banks, you seen that video, like, you know them people you just meet and you're like, yeah, bro, like, I can see myself vibing with this guy. And they're like, got good energy, we're similar. So I just thought, let me get you on. I'm not even going to call it an interview, but let me have a conversation with you that I can share with you guys so we can get a bit more of an insight into other digital nomads. And Kieran is actually the first other digital nomad or expat, whatever that phrase you want to call it, from the UK. Everyone else you've seen on my channel, other than my boy Harry, has literally been from the States. Sometimes I'm saying shit like, oh yeah, bro, and I went to Tesco the other week, and they're like, what is that, bro? You know what I mean? They don't know about that, do you know what I mean? But my guy here, I was like, yes. So,
Come on.
whereabouts in the UK you from, bro?
I'm, bro, Peckham, man, Southeast London.
Yeah.
I never grew up with a family of money, man. If you don't know what Peckham's like, it's basically the fucking bottom of the barrel, mate, in London.
Yeah.
You know, like shooting, stabbings every day. It's pretty fucked. So I never come from a family of money, man. It was me, my mum, my dad, my brother in a fucking one-bedroom flat. So growing up, we never really had any advantages, man. People was always doubting us, teachers telling us we're never going to be shit.
Yeah.
But look at us now, boy.
Bro, not even that. Look at this view. Like, bro, staying here. Talk to me. Where are we at right now?
So this is the Labua Hotel, man. This is actually where The Hangover, the movie, was filmed on the roof. We'll show you that a little bit later.
That's mad.
And everyone says Thailand's so cheap. Thailand's so cheap. My guy, do you know how much I was paying for cocktails last night?
How much were you paying?
2,000 baht for one, bro. I felt like I got fucked.
That's like what, £50?
Yeah, for
What
one,
the
bro.
fuck?
And
That's
it was
crazy.
dead, bro.
But look at this view, man. Like, bro, the view's actually mad. How long you been in? So where do you live? Do you live in Bangkok? Do you live
No. So
Bali?
I live in Phuket, bro.
Yeah.
I lived in Bali, and then a couple of things happened. Maybe we'll drop that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I moved to Phuket about almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Phuket's my home. Phuket's my base.
What's it like there?
Bro, I love it. It's more island vibes. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
Bangkok's sick. It's crazy. It's
You
city
get this
vibes.
view in Bangkok.
Yeah. But obviously, growing up in London, like, I kind of wanted to be away from that a little bit more personally.
hear that.
So I like Phuket because I like the beaches. You know, you've got the Muay Thai there. Boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a vibe, man. It's a lot more relaxed, a little bit more slow paced than Bangkok. But Phuket is the most expensive part in Thailand.
For real?
So if you are gonna go there, expect prices to be a lot more. For example, if you're buying like a coconut here, how much are you paying for a coconut?
Well, I don't even know if you, bro, we're not even by a beach, bro. We're by the coconut here, innit?
Okay. So for example, like let's say we go to the gym.
Man's asking me the most random shit. Man said,
I'm
how
trying to
much for a
compare.
coconut? Like,
Okay, so let's say like a drink in a car of coffee around here. How much do you pay for
maybe
a
about
coffee?
70 baht, 60 baht?
70 baht. Yeah,
Yeah.
Phuket about 150.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy.
So that's basically, it's kind of like UK prices. Like that.
A little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less, but
It's still
closer.
cheaper.
Yeah, it's still cheaper, but closer. So
Yeah.
fair play. So when you first moved to Thailand,
Yeah.
you just came straight to Phuket and
Yeah.
stopped. Did you go anywhere else? Did you travel a little
So
bit?
I've traveled around, yeah. So I've been places like Chiang Mai, Phi Phi Islands, Koh Samui,
Oh,
Koh
wow.
Phangan. Where else? Bangkok, obviously.
Yeah. Where's the best place you've been to in Thailand, other besides Phuket?
Depends for what though, bro. Depends what kind of
That's
kind
a
of
good
vibe.
question. So let me ask you this, yeah. For someone who's a digital nomad and wants to come and lock in and just kind of like build himself up, network, where would they go?
If you want to network, Bangkok all day long, bro. I was in Bangkok like literally 1 hour and I met 9 entrepreneurs.
That's mad.
Like, it's crazy. Whereas
That's
in
mad.
Phuket, like I live there with my girl. We obviously got our family there, so I'm not
Yeah.
as networking. It's a little bit more isolated.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to network, definitely come here. If you want more like scenery vibes, I would
Yeah.
say maybe go up north to maybe Chiang Mai.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mountains, but it's cold as fuck up there.
Real?
Yeah, it's freezing, bro.
When you say cold, like how cold are we talking?
Bro, like I went there with a t-shirt, yeah, and I had to physically buy a jacket, bro. I needed
Oh,
my
no,
Canada
no,
Goose there,
no,
bro.
no,
It was
no.
fucked.
I ain't going there. Still. Me, I like the heat. I was just telling bro that I ain't even really been using aircon. I'm just waking up sweating and shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be in no type of UK similar weather, bro. But no cold still.
That, man.
So I hear that, man. So talk to me about Phuket. Like, you got there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What was your life setup like?
So when I first got there, we just literally went in an Airbnb, an apartment. I didn't really know what I wanted to do because basically I got to give you guys some context. So look, I like to smoke a little bit of broccoli here and there. Well, more than there. But I had to. Basically, I was in Bali, man. They set me up. They was trying to give me 5 years in prison. 5 years? Yeah, bro. For what? For broccoli.
That's crazy.
And bro, like, I thought my life was over.
No, sorry. Pause. You can't just skip back like casually. That man try to give me 5 years, innit? Like slap the towel at me and that. But anyways, what do you mean, bro?
I'll tell you the story.
Yeah, we gotta hear the story.
Right, are we going raw?
Yeah.
Raw, uncut?
Raw.
Raw dogging it. Shit, bro. Alright, bet. So
G.
Basically, cool. I smoke a bit of broccoli, and I was getting it no problem. Now, Bali is a Muslim country, so it's very, very strict. They're very against it, and people have been given the death penalties for that shit. So really, it was my fault for even doing it in the first place. Yeah. But I was getting it. It was cool. It was fine. And then one day, my guy couldn't get it no more. And
main plug.
Yeah. And they always say never get a number off someone in the street. Never do that. And guess what I did?
Got it from the street.
Yeah. And this is where it goes downhill because I was going to buy 32 grams. The guy brings me 3 grams. I'm like, where's the rest of it? You know what I mean? I need the rest. He's like, I'm going to go get it, whatever. 2 days go by. And by the way, I didn't even meet him at my house. I met him like far away. Yeah. He's like, I'm outside your house. I'm like, what?
What?
I'm like, what?
How did you tell him your address?
No.
Nah, that's
so it must have followed me back. But I'll tell you why in a second. So long story short, he gives me it. And then I start to roll up. An hour later, bro, there's about 15 plainclothes Indonesian police with guns in my crib, bro. Like, and I don't know if they're gangsters because they haven't got the police uniform on. I don't speak their language.
You don't know if it's a setup, is it a gang thing or what?
I'm like, don't grab my axe. Like, am I going to chop man up, bro? You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Long story short, they gripped me up, took me back to the police station, threw me in this cell. I swear to God, the cell is about the same size as this balcony. Right? Show them the size, right? Now, guys. Imagine 15 man, all like sardines, bro, sleeping on the floor, no furniture, no AC. It's fucked. So I'm in there, and I'm thinking, bro, are they gonna try like rape me or some shit? Because you hear some mad stories, bro, right? Yeah. Long story short, so I go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and the chief of police is like to me, yeah, you've got 5 years in prison. No. I'm like, what? Go back to the cell.
So man just called you out to tell you, your life's done, safe though, innit? Like,
bro, they was manipulating me, bro. This is the thing, because it's so planned. It's a common thing they do. They set people up out there. Yeah. So he said that, Now, my girl, well, she's my girlfriend now, she flew in a lawyer from the capital. He came over, started panning it up. And then the next day, there was like, if you want to go out, you can pay $250,000 US. And I was like, no thanks. That's a lot of money, fam. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of money, man.
So then I was in there for about a week, bro, right? And it was horrible conditions, bro. Like, there's no toilet, bro. Like you want to take a piss, bro, everyone's looking at you. You want to take a shit, everyone's looking at you.
What was it like, shitting in a hole in that?
Bro, literally a hole, like a drain.
I shouldn't laugh at it, but that's crazy. See me, I'm a good youth. That ain't happening to me. I ain't smoking no broccoli, lettuce only, you get me? I'm on my healthy greens. Nah, bro, that's crazy still.
Bro. Like, they was sharing like one plate of food between 15 man. Like, it was crazy, bro. So I thought my life was over, bro. I swear to God. Low key, there was one point where I was quite happy because I realized I had crypto and I was like, I'm going to be up in 5 years, you get me?
A couple of years, I'm going to be balling still. Come out like,
that's it. And then, long story short, I found out I could pay, innit? So I was negotiating it down. After about a week, we got it down to about 100K US, which is like, what, 60, 70 pounds? Yeah. Grand?
70K,
yeah. And then I just paid that and got out, fam. Like, I could have got it lower. Like, after I actually paid them the money, I found out that the other people in the cell was paying like 5K pounds, like 2K pounds, 3K pounds. But because honestly, I was so nervous and I was so scared, this is why you don't make emotional decisions. Yeah. Because you can't see clearly. And I just paid it. And then I got out. And then from there, this goes back to our original point now, right? Then I went back to London for a bit, and then I came to Thailand for 3 weeks. Yeah. So I came to Thailand on a one-way flight, and they just legalized broccoli here. Yeah. And I was like, no way, they legalized broccoli. I thought I was getting set up again. My trauma starts kicking in. And then, I like broccoli, man. So I was like, let me stay here. And
that's mad, bro.
Sorted out my long-term visa and set up my company. And now we're living, bro. Now we're here.
That's mad, bro. That's a crazy story right there. Like, when Kieran told me this, like, the same day we did the podcast episode. So you guys would have seen the other vlog, and I had like a little skit with Kieran for like 2 minutes when he was getting a trim and that.
Oh, yeah.
He told me like 3 minutes before that, and I was like, nah, bro. Nah, I need you on my channel, but that's crazy, bro. But yeah, so let's talk more mindset, yeah, because obviously the things you're saying in passing is still big things. So like, yeah, let's put to the side the whole Bali incident. You're a new man now. You've grown as an individual. You've moved on, yeah.
Word.
Talk to me about what you actually do. So obviously, because to some people, like 70K, that's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? And even though like it's either 70K or your freedom, some man still wouldn't even be in a position to put that down to get out and be free anyway. So like, let's not overlook. Let's go back to point one. What kind of what kind of allowed you to set yourself up in a way whereby you're generating a good income online? Like, what do you do? Let's talk about that.
So my main thing, so I do 3 things, right? My main is I trade.
Yeah.
I ain't one of those traders who's like, come join my course, buy my signals. No, don't do that shit. Like, I actually trade.
Yeah.
So I do that. That's obviously my bread and butter. Through then, obviously, I expose myself to cryptocurrency, investing in that. And obviously, when people see me traveling around the world and like, you're not working a job, they're like, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, I trade. And then I do run a very small mentorship program where obviously, like when I say mentorship program, it's like I'm actually like running like a one-to-one school with someone because I'm trying to turn them into a profitable trader so that when I launch my hedge fund, they will trade for me, essentially. And I know they're going to be a good trader because I'm the one teaching them.
You taught them,
So I want to fund them with my money. So yeah, like just learning that skill set of trading the financial markets. I mean, like a lot of you have probably heard about Forex and you probably think it's a scam. Look, 9 times out of 10, the shit you see online is a scam. But the industry of foreign exchange is not a scam because you did Forex when you went to the ATM.
Yeah.
When you put your money from pounds to Thai baht, that's a foreign exchange transaction.
Yeah.
Another reason why I chose to come to Thailand is because I knew on the charts that the exchange rate is going to go in my favor. Yeah. So when I first come to Thailand, it was about 37 baht for £1.
Yeah.
Now it's what? 45, 46. So my life, I chose to come here because I knew it's going to get cheaper and cheaper over time.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I've been trading. And obviously I do a little bit of digital marketing as well, but mainly trading is like the bread and butter.
Yeah. That's mad, bro. So talk to me about this. So you're 25.
25, yeah.
25. What age did you start trading?
So...
And what was that journey like?
I was around like 18, right? And mate, I'm gonna sound like a criminal on here, bro.
Well, we're honest, innit?
Basically, I was doing some, let's call it street pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
Doing some things, and I got arrested 3 times in 2 weeks in England.
Yeah.
And mate, I sound like a criminal on here, bro.
Nah, not even, bro. But it's real, innit? Like at the end of the day, like. One, I don't want to be having anyone on my channel who is just going to be capping at the end of the day, yeah? And number 2, whatever you've done in your past is your past because at the end of the day, you've learned, developed, and grown as a person because if you hadn't done that, you wouldn't be here right now, innit? So, bro, it's a part of your story, man. At the end of the day, if you was trapping or doing some dumb shit when you was a teenager, that's not who you are now, innit? So, bro, that's a part of your story, bro.
It's true. I like that perspective, man.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I was doing that, and like I'm a big believer in like spirituality, and I think that everything happens for a reason. So I remember like I was sitting in my cell, I got arrested 3 times in 2 weeks, and I'm sitting, this is when I started learning about law of attraction, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking that I want an opportunity, I want something to happen. I literally come out, I can't make this up. My phone rings, this kid called Tom, he's like, I found a way we can make money from my phone. I'm like, bro, I just got bagged for doing that,
up,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, it's called Forex. I'm like, is that drug?
Yeah, what is that?
You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
And then he started showing me all these free resources, and long story short, I just lost loads of money. And eventually I met someone called Pips of Persia. You can go on his YouTube, he's got a lot of good videos on there as well. He started to mentor me, he started to show me, and I basically met someone who, I can't explain too much because I've signed NDAs, but I flew out to Miami, paid someone who was basically like at the top. And they basically sat down, actually showed me what I need to do and how to actually trade like a professional. Because a lot of people, it's a little bit complicated to explain here, but it's actually doing the real information, not the bullshit that they're going to try to sell you online, you know what I mean? And then from there, so that was in around like 2017, 2018. I didn't really take it seriously at the start, to be honest with you. Just my own mindset, I was being a little bit just immature.
Skeptical.
Yeah. And then from there, like in 2019, that was when I met my mentor. And that was when I actually started to learn the skill set properly and actually start making some progress. I made enough money to quit my job. I used to work in Sainsbury's pushing trolleys for 12 hours a day alongside, I did bare hustles, bro. I was a street pharmacist. I would resell clothes like Supreme, Yeezys. Even
it by any means, man.
Makeup at one point.
Yeah, bro, you got to hustle, man. I rate it still. Like I said, this is a part of your story, bro. So you shouldn't even look back and be like, oh, you should be proud, bro. Because now you can look how far you've come. Man was here pushing trolleys in Sainsbury's, and now look at you, bro. We're literally here. you know what I mean? So it's a bit mad, but
It's crazy. Like I remember, bro, like when I was learning to trade, like I was quite vocal about it.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should have been more low key, but people would drive past in their cars and laugh at me, like, oh, yeah, that's the trader. Look at him pushing trolleys, mocking me, taking the piss out of me. But I thought, let me just keep my head down. Let me keep grinding.
Yeah.
Long story short, 2019, the progress started to pick up. I saved up 6 months of my expenses, and then I quit my job.
Yeah.
And once I quit my job, I'll be honest with you, it kind of went a little bit downhill because I had too much time to trade.
Yeah.
So I was over trading, making loads of mistakes, getting too greedy, patting myself up, and then obviously COVID hit, and that's when I moved to Bali, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Bro,
like,
that's mad, bro.
It's,
so
it's crazy.
First and foremost, yeah, like I'm inspired by your story.
Thank you,
so
bro.
hold that one, like for real. Like
Appreciate
I respect that still. And it's good to see how you was able to change your life around. Because again, like look where we are. Like don't take this for granted. And I hope the fact that you've been here in Thailand for 2 years doesn't allow you to get accustomed to this. Because bro, this is still mad.
Yeah.
Even where just me, you saying, yeah, bro, come to my hotel. We'll just do an episode. This for me is even mad. Do you know what I mean? So I respect it still. And I even know, like I got a little cousin. So I hope you're watching this. Because he's doing trading as well. And I just know that for the younger generation, I'm a couple years younger than you. I just turned 22, you're 25. I know there's people around my age who are watching this channel now, and people younger than me. It's always possible. Like you've seen some of my other boys come on, you've seen Zay, you've seen Guap, you've heard their stories about how they're getting it. But for those of you who are from the UK, for real, like look, there's someone who's come straight from Peckham, it's real. Hopped on the Northern Line, it's real, do you know what I mean? And now he's here. He wasn't in fucking Sainsbury's pushing trolleys and shit, do you know what I mean? So it's real, man. I feel like anything that you want to do and really put your mind towards, you can just do, innit? So,
yeah, and like the thing is, when you come from these places, like, look, maybe some of you come from like nice areas, maybe some of you don't. But I don't know about you guys, but where I'm from, bro, everyone hates on you, bro. Like people don't want to see you make it.
I think it's just the UK, bro.
Yeah, bad vibes.
So let's even talk about that, yeah? So why do you think there is that crabs in a bucket mentality in the UK? Because I'm not from Peckham, bro. I'm not from South. I come from outside of West London, yeah? So even though for the most part we can relate because now we're two Brits in Thailand, but
of course.
if it was back in our area, it would still be a bit different, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you tell me from your perspective, why do people in the UK hate?
Because your growth reminds them of their stagnancy. You see, when you're getting motion, you're trying to better your life, and some people are obviously in the same situation still, and they see you grow and they see you traveling or actually starting to improve yourself, it hurts them because they're thinking, fuck, I want to do that, but they don't believe in themselves.
Yeah.
And I think they low-key project that onto other people.
Yeah.
So I used to take it personally. I used to think, oh man, I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not going to make it. I'll doubt myself a lot. But that's why environment's so important. I physically tried to remove myself and go to events and network with different people. I tried to even just develop relationships online from social media just to change my energy and who I'm around, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend your most time with. If you're with 5 bakers, you're gonna learn something or two about bread, you know? So why I think they have that mentality is, number one, because they don't have motion, they're not doing anything, and people can only drag you down when they're below you. You know? So unfortunately, some people are just, they need motion, bro. They need goals. And I think because they don't have that goal, they're too preoccupied with what you're doing and obviously trying to hate on you and low-key projecting their own self-doubt. To be honest with you, man. What about you?
Me, let me put this up right now, because we're getting serious now, you know what I mean? This is what I'm about, mindset, yeah? Like, guys, I want this to be a valuable episode that you guys can take stuff away from, man. Not just like a shit talk or a video I just do for the sake of it. So, as I always say, and guys, you can see that in the rest of my videos on my channel, yeah? Mindset is everything, man. And I feel like,
but what does mindset mean to you?
Mindset to me means building an asset that nobody can break. What I mean by that is like, you can literally, everything around me, yeah, physically can be going wrong, but you can't actually, no one can break here what's in my head. No one can tell me that I don't even know how to articulate it. No one can, you just can't take this away from me. When you develop a strong mindset, that's the one asset that people cannot get their hands on. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, having a strong mindset is so priceless. And I feel like for me, my life has changed because my mindset has changed. You know what I mean? And this is why I try and show people that the way you think, like, perception is reality. If I perceive myself as a low vibrational individual, if you thought back then when people was hating at you at Sainsbury's that it would never be possible to leave Sainsbury's, it would never be possible to leave home, get out of Peckham, you're right. So even like another example is that anything you tell yourself right now, you're right. If you tell yourself that you are the shit, you're right. If you tell yourself that you can't go and achieve anything, you're also right. Because what you say and what you believe is what will manifest into physical representation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So do you believe in like the law of attraction?
Yeah, I believe a lot in like spirituality, like you said as well.
Yeah.
So like energy, law of attraction, frequency,
Vibrations,
bro, all of those things. You know what I mean? This is my guy, you know. This is my guy still.
But this is about energy, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't know what the law of attraction is, it basically states that you attract the people, places, circumstances, and events based on your vibration. Your vibration is your thoughts. So we're on a similar wavelength. We're thinking about goals, about getting better, and guess what? We come into each other's lives.
Yeah.
So be careful what you're thinking about, man. If you're thinking about, like, I noticed when the shit was happening to me, bad stuff is because I was thinking negative.
Vibration. Yeah.
And that was it. So now, obviously, bad stuff doesn't happen to me now because I've manifested the life I want.
That's it.
Now, when you hear the word manifestation, sometimes people think it's like, oh, manifestation.
Bullshit, innit? But it's not, man.
It's real.
It is real. Like, I manifested this. I manifested the fact that I'll be in a position where I can leave my job, quit my life home in the UK, and go and pursue my dreams and do what I want to do. If I didn't believe myself and believe in myself, and have delusional level of work ethic, self-belief, and confidence within, I would not have had any of the things that I have now, and I feel like I'm just still only getting started.
So you know when you say, yeah, of course, you know when you say delusion, right?
Yeah.
I feel like some people, and even myself, I was scared to be delusional because it was like, I'm telling myself, yeah, I'm successful, but I'm not. But you have to have that level of delusion. So like, what could you say to maybe help someone out who's struggling with that same sort of
That's a good question,
self-confidence and self-delusion and really believe in themselves?
All right, the first thing I would say is that, I'll get back to the delusion point in a second. The first thing I would say is that confidence is a cape. You decide when you want to wear it. So I'll give you an example. I got the gems today, I got the gems. Confidence is a cape. You decide when you want to wear it. And I actually first said this on the podcast I told you about, so Larger Energizer Pod. You'll find a full episode of me with my boy Tay talking about it on there. But anyways, when I say that confidence is a cape, you decide when you want to wear it, I don't believe that confidence is something that any individual has innately. You was not born confident. You had to learn and wear that body armor to the point where now it's a natural thing as you go about your day. The same way that you put on your aftershave and this, that, and the third, you got that confidence with you as well. And it's just natural. Do you know what I mean? It's automated. So when I simply say, pardon me, that it's a cape, what I mean is that if you're someone right now who's watching this and you're not a confident individual, you're a bit shy, you don't really believe in yourself, and you second guess yourself because of the words of others, you literally just you have the ability to wake up tomorrow and be a confident individual. Even if you don't believe it innately yet, by you putting on that armor and just being confident, holding your chest up high, do you know what I mean? Looking at people with eye contact and believing that you are somebody doing something going to get to a certain place, that frequency will rub off on you and you'll just naturally start to believe it. It's like when you go to the gym. When you first go to the gym, you're not going to be able to bang a heavy leg press or do a bench press and do 100 kg, whatever the hell, but you keep doing more reps and it gets easier. You wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to be a confident individual. You might stand up to someone who used to kind of put you down. At first, it's going to be hard. Like, all my days, I'm thinking in my head. But after the third, fourth, fifth time, it's easy. Now, man, people can't chat to me like that. Like, are you mad? Like, you can't come and chat to me like that because I respect myself and I hold myself to a certain standard that I'm not going to allow anyone to treat me below my standard I hold myself to. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I think.
That's it. And I guess what's important about that is the self-talk and the conversations you have inside your head. And this is where like things like, you know, what your environment is. Yeah. If you're listening to a lot of music these days, it's quite low vibrational. It's talking about drugs, sex, violence, and just crabs in the bucket mentality stuff. So I think, obviously, look, I like to listen to a bit of music, don't get me wrong. We all do. But I like to listen to podcasts and inspiring audios to try to change that vibration and reprogram my brain. Because how I see it is our brain is literally like a computer, like our phone. Yeah. If we don't update the software on our phone, don't update the software in our brain, it's going to get slow, it's going to lag, it's going to have issues. So for me, being able to be in the right environment by listening to things, reading good books, seeing nice places, talking to good people like yourself, that also helps with my own self-talk and confidence as well. And I think building onto the confidence really quickly is sometimes just taking action and feel the fear. Because, bro, when I moved here, I was scared, bro.
Me too, bro. Like, I swear, I literally started to interject, I made an episode on my boy Zay's channel, so go check that out. And he was interviewing me. And I literally said in the answer this morning, bro, like 4 hours ago, I literally said to him, I was scared when I moved here. So you tapped to me about, why was you scared? Like, what did that look like for you? So for me, like, I'll be honest, when I was in England, like, I lived with my parents. So it's a whole new world, you know, being out, like, even things like paying your own rent, things like, you know, buying your own food, like just being responsible for yourself. It was the first kind of time where it was like, even though I quit my job when I was living with my parents, it was like,
there was still that almost cushion to fall back on a little bit, you know?
Zone, That's literally me right now, bro.
Yeah. And then obviously coming out here, it was like, yo, if I don't wake up and work, I'm not eating today, you know? And for me, that even instilled a whole new level of hunger in me and a level of drive. So, of course, I felt scared, but sometimes I think we can misread that fear or that anxiety. Sometimes we feel that knot in our stomach and those butterflies, but I think it's not anxiety, it's actually excitement for the future. Rather than, oh, it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. You know, what you think about, you become. So think about the outcome you desire and then turn that into confidence and excitement for the thing that's going to happen rather than focusing on the worst, you know? But yeah, bro, I definitely felt scared.
That's a gem. So let me ask you this, bro, yeah? So you're 25 now.
Yeah.
You moved abroad when you was what, 21?
20.
20, yeah. Bro, so you went a year before me, yeah? What is something that you would have
I say that because I was traveling around like Europe and America.
Okay.
And then moved to Asia when COVID hit.
Okay, cool. What is something that Kieran today would have told 20-year-old Kieran when you started traveling and moving abroad?
Don't do drugs.
No broccoli.
No broccoli. Also, I would say focus and more discipline, because being like, for me, it was that first sense of real freedom, and it was very easy for me to get sucked into the party lifestyle and being around some of the wrong people. Even though I'm doing well and doing better than what I was in London, it was very easy for me to get sucked into the party scene and spending a lot of money. So like, for me, that probably say the biggest thing is more personal finance. Because it was a point where I was making good money, making 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K a month. And it's like, there was nothing to show for it. You know what I mean? Like it literally would be gone. So it's like, learning to live below my means a little bit more and be smarter with my investments, investing into education, investing into actual assets, but being more smart with my money and not trying to impress people. To be honest with you, man.
That's a good piece of advice, man. I feel like I can learn from that. I've got more experience than me, more life experience, more experience living abroad compared to me. So I will take some of that on, man, and I appreciate it still. What do you think is the biggest misconception about people living abroad or like digital nomads?
Biggest mix that we do it because we're escaping or hiding for something from in England. I don't know, like, it's just from what I've heard, you know, a lot of times, like, for example, be like, well, what are you running away from in England? Did you do something wrong?
The weather, bro. I'm ducking from that, I'll be real.
But I'll say that, and also, like, the people live here because it is significantly cheaper. Don't get me wrong, the cost of living here is lower, but for me, a lot of people say that Thailand is cheap, blah, blah, blah. But again, it really depends on your lifestyle and what you're doing, bro. Like, again, one drink in this hotel is $2,000, £50.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want to do. So I'll say the biggest misconception is that, I would say that it's very cheap and we're only living here because we can only afford to live here.
Yeah.
But for me, it's the reason I came here is because, one, the freedom, and two, the energy, more importantly.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in energy. So like when I was in England, it feels depressing.
That's so true.
You know?
I can agree with that. So.
Yeah. And obviously coming out here, like, you know, the sun's shining, there's people there, you're meeting up good energy people like yourself, and you can just do what you want when you want. Like, I like how there's more freedom here.
Free.
Yeah, Thailand, they call it the land that smiles. Thailand was one of the only countries that never got colonized by other countries.
Yeah.
And what they did is they basically made trade with all the other countries around it to make it an all-inclusive place where anyone can do what they want, essentially, with respect to the laws, of course. So I would say the biggest misconception, to kind of wrap it up, is that, one, it's very cheap. It can be cheap. Don't get me wrong. You can live very, very cheap here if you want to. But for me, that's not the quality of life I want to live. I want to get better and evolve and experience nice other things. I never had that growing up.
All right, bro. So let me ask you this, yeah? Because, bro, you're dropping facts still. I'm learning. You lot are learning. Let me ask you this, yeah? How did the people around you when you first left the UK, like your friends at the time, how did they feel about you? Or how did their energy kind of change maybe when you left?
So they used to talk a lot of shit behind my back, which I didn't find out until recently, and now I'm not friends with them anymore because of that. But like everyone was doubting me until I actually left the country.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit, like now he's at a beach. Okay, he's been there for a week, he's coming back next week.
Yeah.
2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go by, 1 month, 2 months, a year goes by, like fuck, he's still out there. So how the energy changed was, I feel like some people became a lot more fake. Like there was a lot of people who I knew was chatting shit to me, and then when I went back to in England, they're like, "Yo, what's good, my bro? I knew you was gonna make it. You're killing it now." So it honestly it revealed a lot of people's true characters, bro. I'll be honest with you. Some people did believe me from the start, And obviously, like now, if they ask for help, I will help them out, no
Yeah.
problem. But like a lot of the time, it was more so. Some people got more bitter though, to be honest with you, bro. Some people really
I
did.
know people like that as well, man.
But I think it's different with different people. Like there's some people who are very like rude to me behind my back, who always talk shit about me, and when I see them in person, now they're like, "Yo, what's good? What's good?" Versus some people have always just been happy for me. Where some people, they've actually now seen tangible results, and it's like, "Oh shit, it's actually working for him."
Yeah.
And some people, it's inspired them. Now they're like, "Wow, he's come from the same area. He's done it, so now I can do it." And now they've been inspired, maybe not to trade, but to now, for example, start their own businesses. Like one of my close friends, he got inspired not by my trading, but he doesn't trade. He now has got his own cleaning business where he's got like I think 15 staff members under him, something like that now.
Big up to him.
Yeah, shout out Brad if you're watching this, my guy.
Big up Brad, my
Come
guy.
on. Like my other guy, Mantis, he was just in Bangkok with me.
Yeah.
Like he's got his own barbering business now. Like before, he just used to work his job, but now because he's seen me do it, he's inspired and think I can actually do it now.
Yeah.
Now he's obviously a great barber.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say that's how they.
That's sick, man. I think it's important because, like, at the end of the day, the true colors always show for one, and I feel like the people who are meant to be a part of your life, it will happen just by the way the world works, by the universe. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like,
and sorry to cut you off there, but like I've noticed like the way people treat me is a bit differently now, and like it's a little bit weird because, for example, like if I'm out wearing nice clothes, a nice watch or something, people will be more friendly. It's like they're trying to be extra nice because they want something. Versus I see the difference where if I'm wearing like
a tracksuit or just some shorts or something,
they treat you badly. You know? It's a bit weird. It's a little bit weird. So I still don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah. So you kind of seen like both sides of the spectrum now, kind of. So like that is very interesting. So when you do see that kind of juxtaposition between people treating you different, even in Thailand, for example, just by how you dress, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
For me, I realize it's at the end of the day, I look at it like, look, we're all products, so you have to dress how you want to be addressed at the end of the day. I can't escape it. But for me, I try to use it to not judge other people. Because, like, for example, I might not want me to name his name on this podcast, but was in Khao San Road like 3 weeks ago, and I met this guy, great guy, was just talking, normal friends. Turns out he's part of the royal family.
Mad.
And it was like, if I would have judged him based on what he's wearing, I wouldn't have a connection to the royal family now.
Mad.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say for you, don't judge other people, but be aware that you will be judged. So package yourself and dress how you want to be addressed. Obviously, it's not nice that people judge us, but
it's life.
Yeah.
Man's just going Khao San to a little bar and that, and just meeting like the royal family, literally, bro. That's crazy, man. All right, then that's cool, man. So I think, do I have any more questions that I want to know? Do you have any questions for me?
I do. That's going to be for my video, though. You can watch that.
Yeah. What's your channel? Tell me your channel name.
So if you want to trade, I've got a lot of free trading content on my YouTube channel. Just type in Master of Coin. Or if you want to see like the travel stuff, Instagram, IK Davis.
Yeah, IK Davis, man. But yeah, guys, short and simple this one, man. But literally, this is my boy. I'm so happy I was able to get this episode and just kind of drop some gems. At the end of the day, a word to the wise is sufficient. So if the things that Kieran here was saying is sufficient enough to make a change in your life, if you take it and you actually apply it, man, because at the end of the day, nothing changes.
Come on,
that's it, man. But yeah, that's it. 1% better every day. See you in the next one, man. Watch.